Welcome to the Oasis. My name is Mike, and today I'm going to be checking out Grenfell, our home. Now, for those of you that aren't from the UK or, never heard of this story, so Grenfell was a tower block, like an apartment block, in the centre of London that was struck by tragedy around the 14th of June last year, 2017. Now, a fire broke out in the building and it was a home to up to 600 people. And as a result of the fire, unfortunately, 72 people lost their lives. In this VR documentary created by Channel 4, it shows the lives of the people that lived in the tower as part of the community before the events unfolded, to give us a glimpse of what life was like in the tower and give us more of an insight into the kind of people that lived there and the lives that they led up to the event that happened. So in this video, I'm going to be sort of showing you the documentary from my perspective. I'm not going to be talking through it, so you get just to see it as it kind of unfolds from my perspective in my virtual reality headset using the Oculus Rift, if you're not familiar with VR. I haven't monetized this video out of respect, and I'll put a link in the description down below where you can go to a Just Giving page, which is there to sort of raise money to help the affected families involved. Now, I'm not going to be talking through the documentary. I'll be talking more about the experience at the very end. So I hope some of you get something out of this. It's a very sort of moving and touching experience. So yeah. So without further ado, let's dive in.
It was very different from living anywhere else that I've lived in.
It wasn't what towers are usually perceived to be.
People probably think everybody's benefits scrounge, are not working. It's just the stigma that council blocks have. No, it wasn't true.
I would say the tower is no different to any street in London where you have multi-faiths, different languages, some people that are working, some people that are on benefits, It's just that we were all in a tower.
The tower from the outside, it looked old, but on the inside was like a different place.
Friends and family, they used to come into our flat. The first thing they used to say, I didn't realise it was like this.
Once you're inside, you almost felt like you're connected to a different community.
A different world, yeah.
You have to make a place your own in order to feel comfortable in it, and we made it our own. At least I did.
That was the place I grew up in, and to me it was a home.
And it wasn't just a flat, it was people's homes. It was our home.
I just said yes. I really liked the view and the space. It was, oh my God, it's like, I'm not gonna find any spacious flats like this one.
The first time we saw our flat, it was, for us, we fell in love with the flat.
When I first walked into the flat, it was very big because there was nothing in it, obviously. It was very airy, very bright. We had a lot of windows. It was the 18th floor, and you look out the window and you can see the whole of London.
The views were absolutely spectacular. There were certain days where you would look at it and you just stare and admire the beauty.
I'd love to stand there and just look at planes, thinking, I wonder who's going where, and I wonder what they're going to do. Are they going for holiday? What are they going to do? You just stand there and let yourself go.
This would have been our first permanent place, a place that you could decorate, a place that you're not going to be told that you need to move out next month.
It was exciting, finally knowing that you're going to settle. You're not going to have to think about moving again.
It was the first time we had something we could call our home.
Our space.
Our space.
There was two things that the tower brought. It brought that sense of London because you could obviously see the whole landscape all around you and it was city the whole way through. But it was also a sense of freedom because on that level there was nothing in your way unless you looked down. It was almost like the whole world was there for us to go out and explore.
Our flat, I used to call it a greenhouse. You could feel the warmth coming in the living room.
It was almost like a Madeira.
Back home, my parents, they have this huge avocado tree. Personally, I don't like avocado, but he loves avocado. So he said, "Oh, let's try and have a tree, avocado tree." I said, "Oh, I don't think that is gonna, do much in a flat because, that's like in a tropical weather. But let's try." And oh my God, no one could touch that avocado tree. And it grew so much that it looked like a person with the arms open, asking you for a hug.
We had a lemon tree, we had an orange tree, a lychee.
The spiky one, it was yellowy, greeny. Portuguese ivy was really nice, it was like purpley with green.
Yeah, we'd get excited over it as well. We'd call each
we were
other, "Oh, look,
amazed."
there's a new bud over here," and just getting ready to open up. And we'd come over and have a little family congregation around the flower.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit weird.
To be honest, I don't think there was any more space to put any more flowers.
I don't know, it's more than a home even. It was a living place really for us.
At the time, I was 7 months pregnant, boy, and the girls were very excited.
Yeah, we were just waiting for the birth at that moment. Yeah.
I painted each and every room cream color. I put in African decorations, portrait sculptures, Maasai sculptures, 2 masks and a mirror. It makes me feel like I'm home in London and yet still in Africa as well. I had a frame with lots of pictures inside them, the picture of all my family. My dad, who's passed away, my mom, 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and my grandfather. Then I had my daughter. I lost my daughter a long time ago in Uganda, and it's still painful to me up to today. Her name was Isabella, and that was the only picture that I had, because all the pictures were lost, so I had only one picture. It was a treasure to me, a precious thing that I didn't think to get a copy, or I just put it there knowing it's safe. What could happen to it?
I loved my room because I had recently redecorated it. It started sort of as procrastination. I was supposed to be revising for my exams, but I just decided to draw on my wall. It's sort of patterns, flowery patterns, that I'd start around my light switch, and then I'd add to the outside of it. So it became a sort of giant flower.
Once the patterns started to emerge, they were very geometrical shapes, so I could see her mind at work, the mathematical side of it at work.
So from one corner it started as well, and then from the bottom corner it started, and then at some point it would meet, and it'd create lots of flowers around my wall. But I never got to do that, unfortunately.
The lift was like crowded. You wouldn't understand nothing what was going on inside that lift. I don't know, maybe five languages spoken inside that lift.
Spanish, Portuguese, English, Irish, Italian,
People from Africa, people from Europe, people from the Middle East. You know, lots of different languages were spoken. So it was always interesting.
Grenfell represented each and every culture and each and every color.
There was a stigma that no one worked in the tower. You know, this was complete fabrication.
Working in IT, working in a government, families with their own businesses. There was nurses and teachers. It was far from being a broken tower as it's perceived.
There was a lot of people that were friends with each other in a tower that lived on different floors.
It was amazing, yeah, because we were like a family.
Kids used to play together in the hallway.
I was cooking and I need the salt. I could knock on any door.
The kids loved it. It's where they made a lot of friends.
You know, makes me feel very proud.
That shows that we can all get along. It doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what background, it doesn't matter who you are, you just get along as human beings. So I think it was brilliant.
On the night of the fire, we were woken probably around 1 in the morning.
I just remember shouting out, "Where's the fire? Is it up or is it down?"
And I said, but there's a fire on the building, we have to leave.
I went to the door and there was smoke already coming in.
It was so surreal, it didn't feel like it was actually happening. It felt like it was a dream and I just wanted to wake up.
From the fire service, you know, we were told, you know, stay in the flat. I explained that my wife's 7 months pregnant.
You know, we were quite lucky that we managed to escape before any of the panic started to ensue.
I looked at the window. It was on fire. The Moses basket was on fire. We need to go. There's no turning back.
I mean, I don't even have words for it, to be honest with you. I was just in complete shock.
I thought I was maybe dreaming or in a film or something. It didn't look real.
I told them, just follow the rail down. I would stay last to try and push everybody down.
I came out quite early and I stood there and I watched it burning.
The smoke, you couldn't see anything. My daughter, I said, "Dad, I can't." And I found out at that moment she was actually behind me. So I shouted to her and I said, "I'm right here." She said, "I can't."
I kept asking my brother, is it going to reach our flat? Is it going to reach our flat? And he kept saying no.
The whole thing was just a nightmare. You asking yourself, how did this happen? How is it possible?
But, you know, we'll be forever grateful. There was a light coming up and there was a firefighter.
And we could see the people waving and begging on the windows. And then they disappeared. I remember when we woke up on Thursday morning, I said to Miguel, we hugged each other. I was crying, we were crying, and I said, we lost everything. A life of 25 years, we lost everything. And then something inside me said, you lost everything, but you have everything. And then is when I realized that I was selfish to think I lost to think that I lost everything, my flat and all my possessions, and there were people who died inside. So from that moment on, I never said that again.
So when I woke up, I thought I'd just been sleeping for a day, and you know, I was just waking up to see what happened, but apparently it wasn't like that. So I've been in induced coma for a week. Logan didn't survive. It was a stillbirth. I don't know why, how, but I knew already that we had lost him.
And I remember on that morning, Inez said, "I'm going to school." I said, "You can't go to school," because she was wearing a jeans and a white top, black from the smoke. And she said, "I don't care, I'm going. I've been studying so hard, I'm not going to miss my exam."
It was weird walking into school without my uniform, everyone looking at me differently, people were scared to come up and speak to me. I guess I wanted for it to be as normal as possible.
I don't think we miss our possessions. Possessions can be replaced. It's the sentimental bits that are the hardest to replace.
Pictures that do capture moments in time that cannot be reconstructed. That is it.
We will try in the future to have, again, our little trees and our green spaces, and yes.
We will
definitely.
We will make a home again.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Finding a place where we can call our home and start another life. I know it's never going to be the same thing, but we look forward to that.
I hope in the future, when I get my permanent bedroom, I hope to redo the mural. I hope to finish what I started.
I mean, I don't even have all the answers to how I go about rebuilding my life. I just know I take it a day at a time.
Grenfell will forever be in our hearts, but try to move on as best we can, not forgetting the people who died, never ever forgetting the people who died.
Okay, guys and girls, so there we have it. That is Grenfell, Our Home, and yeah, it's a very heartfelt story, and is an important one to be told in virtual reality because you feel that connection there. You know, you get to stand in the sort of building, in the rooms, and see the scale of the rooms and get a feel for what the environment was like, the layout of the rooms, the view from outside, and the sort of first-hand accounts of the people that lived in the building, the community around them, and sort of how they lived their lives up into the event, and then when the event unfolded, how that affected them. And I think virtual reality is such a powerful medium to tell a story like this in, because you feel way more connected to the people involved and the environment around you, rather than just watching it on a TV screen. And I think this is so important for education in the future, and I think something like this will be very powerful to give to kids to watch, to get a greater understanding of what life was like there prior to the event taking place. And that goes for all sort of events in history, you know, major tragedies, major events that we can learn from. And I think virtual reality has such an important role to play in telling these stories because, like I said, you know, instead of just watching it on a screen, you actually feel a connection there, and you actually feel like you're a part of it, you know, and you sort of get a greater sense of understanding of the story that's being told. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Were you aware of the story? Did you sort of do you live in the UK and was aware of it, or not so much? You sort of lived somewhere else in the world and you didn't know about the events of Grenfell? I'd love to know. So leave a like if you liked the video. Make sure you're subscribed for all my future content. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.